Diamond Protech is a Swiss brand that I would say is currently causing quite a stir in the international market in the field of ceramic sealants, as it promises that diamond-like particles are included in these ceramic sealants. I will take a closer look at the products from Diamond Protech for you in the next few weeks, specifically in 2001 months. And there is one more product here that is not directly related to ceramic sealants, although it is referred to as a coating. This is the diamond interior. In the simplest case, one can say that this is a plastic care product. However, as mentioned, it is more about the coating or a layer. Here, a lot is promised, and that's why I thought I would take a look at this with you and for you. Apply this here on the plastic of my Dacia Docker because it is a very rewarding surface. As we can see, changes very clearly here, and I can observe this over a very long period of time. I would say, let's not waste too many words and get straight to this video. As I said, we don't need to make this unnecessarily complicated. This is a plastic care product or a plastic sealant. You get a packaging here that already has some information on it, namely that it can be used for vinyl, plastic, and trim. This simply means in English, or translated into German, it is a plastic care product or plastic sealant. It is meant to enrich the surfaces, which means providing a refresh, a color enhancement, or a darkening effect. And it is supposed to protect for up to 12 months, which is quite a generous promise, against UV light, water, and stains in that sense. According to the instructions, all surfaces should be prepared beforehand with the diamond body prep. I have that here as well. You should shake the bottle that is inside here well for 15 seconds and then apply the product to a foam applicator. One should treat 1 to 2 elements at a time using a cross-stroke method, and immediately afterwards wipe off the excess with a microfiber cloth. This process should be repeated until the entire interior is treated, and then let it air out for 30 minutes or wait until it is ready. So now we already see a point that I need to and want to address critically. We have a safety symbol here, and this is not just any safety symbol. It is always a symbol that means it is harmful if ingested or inhaled. And above all, it states here that this is quite serious. It can damage internal organs if one is exposed to it for a longer period. What I find critical is when such a symbol is present on interior products, because first of all, we use them in the interior, which means in a closed space. And if you act a bit foolishly and don't open all the windows, for example, it can become tricky during the application. 2001, in particular, I mean, it's not written here for nothing, you should wait 30 minutes, but in particular, this is a product that we will have permanently on these plastic surfaces. And now I'm just thinking out loud and maybe imagining the worst a little. But what if, later on, when the interior gets hot and the sun is blazing down on it, what if something from these products, which could be harmful, leaches out afterwards? Therefore, I personally would always prefer if interior products did not have this symbol on them. This definitely needs to be noted critically. Now let's take a look at the product itself. This is a very small bottle with a capacity of 50 ml, as you can see, and 50 ml is relatively little. Now one might think, well, that must be ultra cheap then. Unfortunately, it is not. These 50 ml here, and this is just this small bottle, cost, hold on to your seats, 45. And with the best will in the world, I cannot, do not want to, and will not sugarcoat it. It is really, really expensive. This is arguably the most expensive plastic care product or plastic sealant that we have ever tested and showcased. So this needs to deliver properly now, so that this works well. What I would like to point out is that there is a small protective cap on the dispenser head. I actually think that's a really cool feature. What one must also notice is that here, Diamond Protech at least acts correctly and has a UFI number on the bottle. Wait, I need to focus you. Exactly, because according to the CLP regulation, it is mandatory for all products that have such warning symbols on them. Safety data sheets are available on the manufacturer's website, so the manufacturer is already doing everything right in that sense. However, $45 for this small bottle is, well, that's expensive, and you still need this product here as well. They are available in 100 ml for $10, and this 500 ml here costs $20, and that is quite a lot of money for a degreaser, however you look at it. There is also a set available and it costs $65. It includes a small bottle of degreaser, the diamond interior, microfiber cloths, an applicator and gloves. Now you know everything there is to know and we can start the project here. First of all, we start with the cleaning. We will begin by cleaning the surface, and this should start with the diamond body prep. If I understood correctly, then this is not just a degreaser, but in that sense, it is almost a bonding primer to ensure the optimal adhesion of the sealing products from Diamond Protech. Protective cap or safety from the spray head. So one must say it really mists very finely and brings with it a beautiful attention. This is irony. Yes, a degreaser scent. But it's not overly intrusive right now. So I have to say, it's absolutely bearable. Let's put it that way. This is absolutely bearable. You can work with it. It's nothing serious. And above all, this symbol is only in quotation marks here. No flammability symbol, no lung symbol. So this is absolutely fine with this product here. Well, that's it. We have prepared the area here. I will now tape this off, and afterwards we will apply the products. And yes, you heard correctly, I said the products, because assessing the performance of such products here is very difficult, if not nearly impossible, without including reference products. And that's why I will now apply the FX Protect interior dressing on the other side. Why this one specifically? Because we observed on this plastic of this car that it can maintain the color refreshment or the darkening effect it initially creates for an entire year. And that is priced at significantly a fraction of the Diamond Protech interior. From this perspective, this will be an exciting comparison. To put it clearly, the diamond interior needs to deliver and must perform significantly better than this in order to justify the high price. Also, we don't have any safety symbols on it here. So, you can see, this is a difficult basis for the diamond interior. But we are now approaching this test openly and without bias, and we'll see how well it works. First of all, I will apply our reference product down here, the FX Protect interior dressing. 2 sprays are sufficient here. And then we can spread it with a foam applicator. You can also use a microfiber applicator, or you can use a microfiber cloth. Everything works, and above all, it brings with it an incredibly delicious scent that Sebastian referred to as cocoa fragrance. The downside is that when you apply it with the foam applicator, I find that you always have a bit of light product residue. I personally find that a microfiber applicator is a bit better suited for this because it absorbs the excess better. But basically, it can also be done easily and simply with a foam applicator. Now we come to the star of the show, so to speak, the product that this video is actually about. You should shake it well and thoroughly for 15 seconds. 2001. All right, that's it. I will remove this small protective cap at the front. And you can already see that we have light shoe scuffs here. We will see if the product is even capable of covering these lightly in the best case. Then we will give ourselves something here. Okay, this is already something I like because you can see that it is running down but not too quickly. That means there is now a low risk of it dripping down. I like that. Now let's spread it out. It feels really nice. It feels really pleasant. And interestingly, if you smell directly from the bottle, please don't do that, you sand. I only did this for you, so keep this symbol in mind. When smelling directly from the bottle, there is a note of solvents. However, when applying it, I must say that it actually smells quite pleasant. So it's not bothersome in any way. And this is very, very efficient. So this small amount was more than enough for this area. And I can already say that it has concealed these shoe scuffs here very slightly, just really very slightly. All right. Now you should wipe immediately after application. We will do that now. All right. Very nice. Then I will leave this on here for 30 minutes as instructed, and afterwards we will take a look at the result. Good. Half an hour has passed. We remove the adhesive tapes and see two, I would really say, almost identical finishes. Darkening is clearly visible. Both are on the matte side. However, we can see that Diamond Protech has finished a bit, how should I put it, cleaner in quotation marks or drier here, because it hasn't crept under the tape. It's simply due to the creamier consistency. This isn't something that should be held against FX Protech, but I'll show you the result from different angles, because depending on the angle and the light, it can change a bit. But here we don't really see any actual differences compared to the frontal view. Yes, and there isn't much more to say at this point in the video. I mean, you've seen the application and you've seen the result, at least the initial result. But now, the much bigger question is, how long does it all last? That's why I will provide you with updates in this video after a few weeks and after a few months. What I want to say and must say is that I believe you have seen the pictures. It is an incredibly beautiful finish that is created on the plastic here in the interior. It is completely matte, it looks elegant, it appears as good as new. I have no reflections in the light, which leads me to believe that this could be a very good option for the dashboards above, so that we do not have any reflections in the front windshield. I find the finish to be really impressive. You also use very little product. That doesn't change the fact that it is very expensive, as other plastic care products are also very efficient. But up to this point, I have to say, I at least like it. Whether it can justify the high price with its performance, we will be able to observe. For you, it will only be a few seconds. For me, it will be a few weeks or months. In the meantime, a whopping 9 months have passed. This is a true long-term test, and now we will take a look together at what remains of the initial color refresh and whether Diamond Protech has indeed justified its high price with very good performance. We start with the most important factor, which is color refreshment. Just to remind you, this is the FX Protech interior dressing, which we already know lasts a very long time, or perhaps I should phrase it more cautiously. It lasts a very long time on the plastic in the Dacia interior. But we also see here again that it has lasted the full 9 months, and so has Diamond Protech. However, Diamond Protech has lost some strength. Nevertheless, it is still present after these 9 months, which we can see, because Diamond Protech somehow refers to a protective function in this product when we look at it. So stains are still present and they are not being prevented in that sense. Let's see if we can detect any form of hydrophobia here. 2001. Yes, I would say so. Look, untreated surface, puddle of water, and there we have hydrophobia, but not with FX Protech. So it was already able to maintain the hydrophobic protection. I'll just try to wash away the marks I have here. Wait a moment, I'll quickly grab a cloth. Ray here, back again. Now we are going to test one more thing. Specifically, I have just wiped over this. Right now the plastic is naturally wet, but we can already see that there is still the untreated area. The FX Protech is still there even after this water exposure. And in my opinion, to be completely honest, I think Diamond Protech looks worse now than it did before the water treatment. I'll do it this way. I'll show you side by side the before and after of the water treatment, and then you can better assess it for yourselves, because these are exactly the same lighting conditions right now. From that perspective, and here you can also see the shoe straps, which come back again. So it does not protect against them. To be honest, I didn't expect that either. The only question is, if Diamond Protech claims that it provides protection, then that's obviously not good. Yes, from that perspective, exciting results. I'm currently reading the description on the package again because, to be honest, only 9 months have passed. I've forgotten what it said. It is supposed to provide UV protection, water protection, and stain resistance for up to 12 months. So a stain is now difficult. Stain can mean an injury, a scratch. Stain can also simply mean a spot or a stain. We don't know for sure. That's the problem with the translation from English. However, it is referred to as either scratch or dirt protection. Before we get to the conclusion about the product, I will try to express what I'm about to say in a neutral way. However, to help you better understand what I'm about to say, I will show you an example of another product that, in my opinion, has the same problem as the Diamond Protech interior, which is CarPro Reload. However, it now also concerns the first version of the Reload. The Reload is a spray sealant that was originally developed by CarPro to be applied over a ceramic coating for maintenance purposes. What the ceramic sealant is supposed to protect against, I honestly don't know, maybe especially against water spots. But I think that Reload should essentially do the same as many other maintenance products for ceramic coatings. When a manufacturer promises a very long durability for a ceramic of 2, 3, 5, or even more years, and then a customer comes and says, hey, the beading behavior of my ceramic is not the same as it was at the beginning. And this is how most customers assess the durability of the ceramic. And then there are several options now. One can try to wash the ceramic freely with appropriate cleaning agents. This development has only existed for the last, I would say, 2 to 3, maybe a maximum of 5 years. Before that, it was simply not known that this possibility existed. And especially when CarPro Reload was launched, this possibility, to my knowledge, did not yet exist. So there were only 2 options left. One could reapply the ceramic, which no detailer in this world will do for free. Or you just slap something like this on top to restore the beading effect. Or it seems that it is back, and the customer is happy again and feels that the ceramic holds, even though it is actually just this product here. This applies to many ceramic coatings and ceramic coating brands that promise these long durability times. And that would be all good and well. That would be absolutely no problem, because the Reload can also be used as a standalone, as a simple spray sealant is all okay. In my view, any spray sealant can be applied over a ceramic sealant, especially when it comes to restoring hydrophobicity. Any of them will layer on top to a certain degree and hold. And as I said, this wouldn't be an issue if Reload weren't ridiculously expensive. And I know that's an ugly expression, but it is what it is. It's ridiculously expensive, depending on the quantity you consider. I believe that 3 to 5 times the amount of other spray sealants, which, and this is the crucial point, do exactly the same thing from an objective standpoint. The same durability, the same application, the same paint smoothness, the same hydrophobicity. I do not see that this product is better in terms of performance. It says here, silica and siloxane spray sealant. That means there are some ceramic components included here. And there should also be components that are similar to what we have in a real ceramic sealant. That may all be true, and perhaps that is the reason why the product is so expensive here. Perhaps. And that would justify it. But purely in terms of performance, I cannot justify it. It does no more than other spray sealants. And my personal opinion is that just because it now contains silica and siloxane, it doesn't mean that it is better suited to be applied over a ceramic sealant. A ceramic sealant creates a hydrophobic protection. And if this is not solvent-based, then the stuff that is in here, if it is water-based, will be repelled by the ceramic anyway. Therefore, this is a very difficult topic, but that is the problem with Reload. And I believe now this is my conclusion about Diamond Protech interior. The same problem. It may be that there is some ingredient in here that would explain why the product is too expensive. And basically, there is nothing wrong with the product at first. It is extremely pleasant to apply, especially the consistency allows for a very nice distribution without it dripping everywhere. The finish it produces appeals to me personally quite a bit. I believe that those who want a strong glossy effect on the plastic in the interior, I don't understand why anyone would want that, because up here it would only create glare and reflections in the windshield. But, to each their own, from that perspective it does everything right for now. But I can get all of that from significantly cheaper plastic care products. And we saw it here in this door that the FX Protect interior dressing, which costs far, far, far less than this, worked just as well and lasted just as long, minus the hydrophobic protection. Yes, this stuff here is more hydrophobic than the FX Protect. To be honest, I haven't seen anything of this stain resistance that is being talked about, but one must also be fair. We have placed these shoe strips mainly on the plastic that is close to the inner edge of the door. Therefore, I might have needed to apply the FX Protect again, and then it would have been seen that FX Protect also does not provide protection against that. But that's okay, because FX Protect doesn't claim to provide protection against that. So I think you see where this is going. It's basically not a bad product if it were to cost the same as any other plastic care product for the interior. Or let's say a little bit more, because this is somehow more special, then I could have recommended it to you with a clear conscience. But due to the very, very high price, and because of this, wait a moment, I'll get it out again. Due to this warning symbol here, the lung symbol, and these two circumstances, I cannot recommend it to you with a clear conscience. If you really want to get it, go ahead and get it. I believe you won't be disappointed in terms of performance, but it does cost a lot of money. You must be convinced that this money is worth it, because it is made in Switzerland, because everything is more expensive here, because there are some special ingredients in it. But as I said, and I will repeat it again, because this matter is becoming increasingly important for many of you, and I believe rightly so, an interior product that has the lung symbol on it. I think it's outdated, and I believe it doesn't have to be that way. Other manufacturers manage to provide you with a well-functioning plastic care product that doesn't have the lung symbol in it. We process the stuff in the car interior, and fumes can arise there. And when this symbol is on it, I consider it concerning. From that perspective, unfortunately, this is my conclusion. I will repeat it. Purely in terms of performance, it is good and can definitely compete with others. In terms of price and what I would call safety, I wouldn't really recommend it. If the video was helpful, informative, exciting, and interesting for you, we would be very happy if you could give us a thumbs up. Feel free to support the channel with a free subscription and tune in for the next video. Goodbye.